Ever wonder how psychology influences our everyday lives? It's a fascinating field that shapes our thoughts, emotions, and actions in ways we often don't even realize. Psychology isn't just about understanding what makes us tick, it's also about harnessing that knowledge to improve our lives. Consider this: every interaction you have, every decision you make is a dance of psychological influences. By understanding these influences, you can gain an edge in a variety of situations. From negotiating a raise at work to building stronger relationships, the power of psychology is truly transformative. And it's not just about the bright side of psychology. There's a darker side too, full of tricks and techniques that can be used to influence others. But fear not, these tools aren't just for the manipulative or the Machiavellian. They can help you navigate through life more efficiently, turning obstacles into opportunities. Stay tuned as we delve into some fascinating dark psychology tricks that can help you navigate through life more efficiently. Did you know that asking for a favor can make someone like you more? A fascinating psychological phenomenon, coined as the Ben Franklin effect, underpins this surprising fact. It's named after the iconic American polymath Benjamin Franklin, who reportedly used this tactic to win over his rivals. At its core, the Ben Franklin effect reveals that when someone does a favor for you, they are more inclined to do another simply because they believe they like the person they've helped. Intriguing, isn't it? The human mind tends to rationalize this behavior by reasoning, I must like this person since I've helped them. So how does this work? Well, it's all about cognitive dissonance, a term psychologists use to describe the discomfort we feel when our actions are not in line with our beliefs. If we help someone we don't particularly like, it creates a sense of dissonance. To resolve this, our brain conveniently shifts our feelings about the person to align with our actions. Now you might wonder how this can be used to build relationships and rapport. It's simple. Let's say you're trying to forge a bond with a colleague. Instead of doing them a favor, ask them for one. Perhaps you could ask them to lend you a book or help you with a project. When they do this favor, it sets the Ben Franklin effect in motion. But it's important to remember the favors should be small and reasonable. You don't want to impose or make someone feel taken advantage of. The aim here is not manipulation, but to subtly encourage positive feelings and mutual respect. This trick is not only useful in professional settings, but can also be applied in personal relationships. It fosters a sense of camaraderie and closeness, making it a powerful tool for improving interpersonal dynamics. So remember, don't be afraid to ask for small favors. It might just make you more likable. Scene script. Ever wondered how to get someone to agree to a request? Try asking for something bigger first. Welcome to the intriguing world of the door-in-the-face technique. This is a strategy that's as clever as it is effective, a real gem from the treasure chest of social psychology. You see, the door-in-the-face technique is all about making an outrageously large request first, one that you fully expect to be rejected. Now you might be thinking, why on earth would I do that? Well, here's the magic behind it. When your initial big request gets turned down, you follow it up with a smaller, more reasonable request. And voila, just like that, the chances of hearing a yes to your second request skyrocket. It's a bit like going into a negotiation and starting with an offer you know the other party won't accept. Once they've knocked back your first offer, they're more likely to feel a sense of relief when you come back with a more reasonable proposition. They might even feel obliged to agree, given that you've seemingly made a concession. This technique is based on a principle known as reciprocal concessions, which basically means that if you make a concession for someone, they'll feel compelled to return the favor. It's a fascinating dance of give and take, a delicate balance of push and pull. However, it's crucial to remember that while the door-in-the-face technique can be incredibly persuasive, it's not a guaranteed success. The initial request has to be large enough to ensure rejection, but not so outrageous that it offends or annoys the other person. And the follow-up request must be significantly smaller and more reasonable to create that sense of relief and obligation. So next time you're aiming to get a yes to a request, consider trying the door-in-the-face technique. Ask for the moon first, and you might just end up with a star. But remember, it's not about manipulation. It's about understanding human behavior and using it to create win-win situations. In the end, it's all about the art of compromise. Have you ever felt compelled to return a favor? That's the power of reciprocity at work. This fascinating psychological principle is deeply ingrained in us. It's a social norm that when someone does something for you, you feel an almost irresistible urge to do something for them in return. Think about it. When a friend buys you lunch, don't you feel the need to pick up the tab next time? That's reciprocity. Or when a colleague helps you with a project, don't you feel inclined to lend a hand when they're under pressure? Again, that's reciprocity. Understanding this principle can be a game changer in negotiations and relationship building. By offering something first, be it a small favor, a kind gesture, or even just a piece of useful information, you can elicit a sense of indebtedness, making the other person more likely to agree to your requests or proposals. So harness the power of reciprocity and see how it can positively impact your life. Psychology isn't just for therapists and researchers, it's a tool we can all use to better our lives. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered today. We've delved into the depths of the human mind and brought to light some intriguing concepts. We began our journey with the Ben Franklin effect, a fascinating insight into the power of asking for help. This trick is all about subtly nudging others to feel more positively towards you by asking them for a small favor. Then we explored the door-in-the-face technique, a negotiation strategy that starts with a large, often outrageous request, which is then followed by a smaller, more reasonable one. This technique often makes the second request seem more acceptable in comparison. Next, we delved into the power of reciprocity, a principle that capitalizes on our natural inclination to return favors, thus creating a positive feedback loop of cooperative behavior. By understanding these dark psychology tricks, you can navigate the world more effectively and improve your life. Remember, knowledge is power.